Today, I would like to talk about a serious issue emerging at Japanese ports: the suspension of weekend and nighttime operations due to labor shortages. Ports are often assumed to operate 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. However, at many Japanese ports, particularly regional ones, there is a growing trend of deliberately reducing operating hours because of a lack of workers. According to industry reports, the shortage of dock workers responsible for cargo handling is reaching a critical point, prompting some container terminals to halt operations on weekends or during late-night hours. Several concrete examples illustrate this trend. At Hakata Port, a trial suspension of late-night operations has been underway since autumn 2024. At Kitakyushu Port's Tachiura Terminal, Sunday cargo handling has been suspended, and Saturday gate operations closed from February this year. At Tomakomai Port, the number of operating rubber-tired gantry cranes has been reduced, cutting simultaneous vessel handling from 3 ships to 2. At Otaru Port, the container yard has been fully closed on Saturdays since April. These developments show that reduced operating hours are spreading nationwide, from Kyushu to Hokkaido. So why has the situation reached this stage? When we combine the article's content with broader structural issues in the industry, 3 key factors emerge. First is the dual pressure of labor shortages and work-style reform. Japan's aging population has led to a chronic shortage of port workers. At the same time, government-led limits on overtime under work-style reform mean that shortages can no longer be covered simply by longer working hours. From a compliance and sustainability perspective, that approach is no longer viable. Second is the increasing size of container ships and chronic schedule delays. Larger vessels discharge and load far more containers per call than in the past. Meanwhile, delays caused by bad weather or congestion at overseas ports have become routine. This often results in multiple large ships arriving late at the same time, creating sharp workload peaks that limited manpower cannot absorb. Third is the difficulty of recruiting and retaining younger workers. For younger generations, work-life balance is a critical condition when choosing a job. Positions that require frequent night or weekend work tend to be avoided. As a result, some port operators have made the difficult decision to stop night or Sunday operations in order to improve working conditions, reduce turnover, and support recruitment. What does this mean going forward? In the short term, reduced convenience for shippers and carriers is unavoidable. If cargo cannot move at night or on weekends, lead times are likely to increase. From a medium to long-term perspective, however, this shift can also be seen as a survival strategy for Japanese ports. By concentrating labor during weekdays, some terminals are beginning to see higher weekday productivity and, in some cases, fewer vessel delays. The biggest risk is Japan bypass. If carriers conclude that Japanese ports are inconvenient or slow, they may skip Japan and rely instead on transshipment hubs such as Busan or major Chinese ports. Once a port is dropped from a mainline service, regaining that call is extremely difficult. Looking ahead, a polarization is likely to emerge. Regional ports may limit operating hours while accelerating digitalization and automation to maximize weekday efficiency. Major ports in areas such as Keihin and Hanshin will try to maintain 24-hour operations to stay competitive. But without sufficient investment in automation, they too face labor shortage risks. Japan's logistics infrastructure, long assumed to operate at all times, is now at a turning point. Shippers and logistics users will need to understand these constraints and design supply chains with greater buffers and flexibility. That's all for today. Thank you very much for listening.